Tzu volunteers in Namibia go to South Africa for training in conducting home visits. We'll look at the hazards of camping caravans which use flammable fuel or undergo modification. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Sri Lanka. Thank you for joining us. Tzu Chi volunteers from Namibia travel to South Africa for training in how to conduct home visits and care for seniors in the community. Heavy rains in the area made travel difficult. However, despite many obstacles, Tzu Chi volunteers still insisted on carrying out their mission to care for seniors in the community. Let's take a look.
This country road is hard to travel upon, especially after heavy rains, as a small truck gets stuck in a ditch. Durban volunteers rock the truck back and forth, but the rear tires are suspended in the air. Finally, the truck is free, and in front of these elders, a happy song is performed. From time to time, they laugh and smile to cheer up these elderly people. Tzu Chi Durban volunteers are carrying out care visits in the local community under the watchful eye of Namibia Tzu Chi volunteers, who carefully learn how to carry out these compassionate acts. Another elderly Tzu Chi volunteer is now suffering from dementia, as she would frequently accompany volunteers on such visits.
She didn't know that we were coming, but she's on her uniform because that seat is inside.
To teach others about the power of compassion, a tea party was held by Tzu Chings in this community, as Tzu Chi volunteers also implore this group to remember another lesson.
Do not eat meat. Do not eat meat.
Namibia is the 7th country in Africa with a Tzu Chi presence. Namibia is nearly 1,000 kilometers to Durban, South Africa. A year ago, this trip was made by Durban Tzu Chi volunteers, and now the disciples they have made have returned to learn more, showing that compassion and love can cover great distances.
Tzu Chi pitched in to help Sri Lanka in the aftermath of the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Tzu Chi's love for the disaster victims has remained as the volunteers hold an aid distribution in Colombo every month. This time, they also provided a course for the underprivileged residents to learn a skill. Here's more.
In Colombo, the capital city of Sri Lanka, this is the distribution day, which is held on the first Saturday of each month. This time, 68 families have come to receive supplies. Besides distributing rice, the volunteers have some ideas to share.
We will soon set up a working group to teach them to use coconut shells to make spoons, brooms, and cross-stitch pillowcases.
Volunteers hope to teach handicrafts to the underprivileged residents so that they can start a small business to making a living, alleviating the economic pressure of daily life.
Today I feel very happy that we can introduce them to the self-employed working group. I hope this helps them.
Many residents have also donated their few coin banks to spread love.
They also taught us to help other poor people. We think Tzu Chi's care from the bottom of our hearts.
I've learned from Tzu Chi that we should stay away from desire. This helps us live a more meaningful life.
Those who help others can also receive blessings. Recipients of this distribution can also use this chance to cleanse their minds.
The DaAi Mobile Food Pantry regularly goes to a school in San Bernardino, California, so the disadvantaged families do not need to worry about where to find meals. This giving of food has been going on for a year. The students from Pacific High School usually come to help with the distributions. These students learn as they serve and also gain from giving of themselves. Let's take a look.
Tzu Chi volunteers have become more professional in putting in large quantity of vegetables and fruits. The DaAi Food Pantry has been going to Juanita Blakely Jones Elementary School for a year, and the number of volunteers is increasing.
During the past year, there hadn't been less Tzu Chi volunteers, but we have also seen more and more general public wearing Tzu Chi's volunteer vests.
Thank you.
Teachers from Pacific High School in the same school district encourage their students to come and do good deeds.
They're telling them, thank you for coming here. happy holidays. And they turn around and they say to me, did you notice every time we do that, they smile? It's a beautiful thing to watch people lifting other people. So if our students get to do that and learn that at 17 and 18 years old, that's perfect.
The principal of the elementary school experienced poverty before, so he is also helping out with the distribution without any break.
That I think we've accomplished with your help. So thank you, Tzu Chi, for coming and bringing in all these wonderful resources and food. But most of it all, I thank Tzu Chi for bringing the hope. This is what our families needed. They know they're not alone. I know I'm not alone. And it makes me feel very warm.
Every family pushes a basket or a box to pick up what they need. This is as natural as going to a supermarket, but what they also sense is consideration and care.
To help Ormoc DaAi villagers in the Philippines clean up their homes after Typhoon Cataract, cleaning tools have been delivered from Manila to the village on December 27th. Before local residents received the tools, they participated in city's Work for Relief program and used anything at hand to clean the debris. More than 300 people, including volunteers and the villagers, worked together to restore their living environment.
DaAi village in the Philippines has started the Work for Relief program. Before the rain boots and shovels were delivered from Manila to this village, everyone used anything at hand to clear out debris. 18 volunteers from Marikina hurried to help. Among them is 63-year-old Narisa Galarzo.
We volunteered to help. We left our family to come because people here need our help.
We feel moved by Marikina volunteers who come to the DaAi village to help clean the environment.
On this day, more than 300 people were together to clean the debris. Hilario Paso's home was cleaned up on that day. He said without Tzu Chi's help, he shouldn't have been able to move back home so quickly.
Thanks to Tzu Chi's financial support, we can get paid even though we clean our own homes. We now have food to eat every day. We'll try our best to rebuild our lives.
The Work for Relief program has helped us a lot as it can complement our living expenses, especially for families who have many children. This really helps them.
On December 27th, the shovels and rain boots were successfully delivered to the village, allowing local residents to better clean their homes.
In our continuing series about camping in Taiwan, we take a look at caravans such as imported models which sell for a minimum of $60,000. However, many people are converting old minivans into caravans with a total price costing little more than $20,000. Nevertheless, these vehicles typically require lights, air conditioning, and refrigeration, which all run off the battery. Furthermore, the vehicle is also loaded with fuel, which could lead to disasters. Here's our in-depth report.
往上推。
A simple push and the roof of this vehicle lifts up, revealing a space where one can sleep comfortably.
踩着就上来了，很轻松啊，对吧？这样子，楼上的空间就可以睡觉，有没有？
Camping is now a popular leisure activity, but camping with a tent may be out of date for some, as a caravan can provide everything from food, clothing, and shelter. The roof also has another function.
车尾的后面有一台德国进口的压缩机冰箱。
Behind in the rear is a German compressor refrigerator that can freeze at -18 degrees Celsius and is powered by a second battery which is supplemented by solar power.
Mr. Chen used to work in a bank but was drawn to camping, then began to modify vehicles as he was drawn to the caravans, eventually becoming involved in it as a business.
那当我们把底下的阀门打开的时候这个地方就会做一个出水，
From bathing to toilet facilities, all modern conveniences are available. One can begin by purchasing a second-hand vehicle for a cost of $6,700 US, then spending around $12,000 on modifications for a total price of around $20,000 US. This is much more cost-effective than purchasing an imported caravan, which is between $60,000 and $90,000 US, being just 1/5 of the price, allowing many the chance to live out their camping fantasies.
等一下，我把胶膜撕开。好，电气火灾。
However, going around this Huazhong campground, we see that many caravans have fire extinguishers that are clearly marked to be used for oil and electrical appliance fires.
The environment it is used in is totally differently because in the vehicle they are protecting against oil fires, but there is also quite a lot of gasoline on board.
Experts point out that campers generally use flammable fuel as well as gasoline, which together with the electrical appliances can increase fire risk. This means that modified caravans can be a fire hazard, as such modifications may be illegal.
是露营车还是箱载式露营车？
A caravan or those towing a camper behind it, or a truck with a camper attached, must revert to its original conditions.
Caravans cannot be converted into a caravan by an individual, as it will violate Article 18 of the Traffic and Motor Vehicle Safety Act and could be punishable by a fine of $70 to $300 US.
Although Taiwan does allow modifications to cars, this does not apply to caravans. From this photo, we can see there's a special designation for caravans, which is listed as a special passenger vehicle. There's also a difference between caravans that are pulled, passenger vans, and small trucks, with each having a different number of passengers.
If you have a small truck, then the number of passengers can exceed 3, and if it is a passenger van, then the number of passengers is 9.
But if it is a pulled caravan, then there are special provisions that no one can ride inside, as only goods can be pulled.
冷气的电压、电器的电压，电器的这些无熔丝开关，还有预测。
While this caravan appears comfortable and luxurious, there's quite a lot of electrical equipment on board, which makes it quite dangerous. For this reason, each new vehicle has to be inspected and verified before receiving a permit from the Ministry of Transportation. Bringing these caravans to remote mountain areas can also damage roads, which is a new problem that has been recently emerging.
Of course, if there are requests by the public, the Ministry of Transportation would be happy to collect such opinion to meet the needs of the public about modifications to vehicles and campers. At the moment, within the industry, there are some people making such demands.
Whether the government may make changes in the future that will ensure the safety of such vehicles is something which may happen, though the public should be reminded that changes made to enhance personal comfort should not sacrifice safety.
Tzu Chi Senior High School, affiliated with Tzu Chi University, worked with World Vision to host a musical concert to coincide with an ongoing 12-hour famine. Besides teachers and the students who participated, Tzu fathers and either mothers also joined.
Dancing cheerfully with the music, it's hard to tell that these students from Tzu Chi Junior High and elementary schools are participating in a 12-hour famine.
We only need to be 70% full when we eat. The other 30% of our stomach, we should save it to appreciate the rest of the world.
I'm saving my breakfast and lunch money to donate to people who need it more than us.
With the principal's call, more than 1,600 students, teachers, and parents participated in the activity throughout Taiwan.
We hope the children can have sympathy for others. We hope that they can feel others' hunger and pain.
The school also invited blind singer Lin Xinhong to share his fascinating life story to encourage the students.
This activity allows me to experience the spirit of having sympathy for others' hunger and hardships. We can use the lunch money we save to help countries like Syria and Mexico, where there are many people suffering.
The 12-hour famine experience can't stop the students' heart, as many are now praying for the world. They hope that the meal money they donate today can save more people from hunger.
In Taiwan, the Tzu Chi Foundation donated 50 Jingsi folding beds to the Sanling District Office in Kaohsiung to enhance disaster prevention and mitigation. This will allow elderly people to avoid falling out of bed when they sleep at a temporary shelter. Let's learn more about this special bed.
This is the folding bed that typhoon victims slept on when they were housed in a temporary shelter. With this new safe and stable folding bed, the residents cannot wait to sit and lie on it.
With enough width and length, it's safe to sit on it. When the seniors slept on the old folding bed, they were afraid of falling off the bed when turning their body over.
The bed can also be turned into a chair, surprising many residents.
I feel comfortable when sitting on it. We can lie and sit on it.
To give local residents comfortable beds to sleep on, Tzu Chi has donated Jingsi folding beds to the Shanlin District's office.
The district head asked our foundation whether we could donate 50 Jingsi folding beds to them so they can be put into use whenever a disaster takes place.
400 people that need to be protected are now in the mountainous areas. All of them live in the landslide special warning areas. When the heavy rain occurs, we will bring them down and house them.
Products of DaAi technology have extended tentacles to the community to make disaster prevention more efficient and secure.
A cataract is a clouding of the lens in the eye and is most commonly due to aging. About half of the people over the age of 50 have cataracts. Doctors said that getting cataracts is a natural part of aging. Only when the condition affects daily living is surgeries and treatment necessary. Here's more.
Being agile despite her old age, she's able to cook and handle household chores. She can even thread a needle without problems.
It is very easy. My neighbor asked me to thread the needle for her. When I'm asked to do so, I help them out.
77-year-old Keling Asho is actually a cataract patient. Before she underwent a surgery, she faced difficulties in daily living.
Back then, everything seemed blurry. It was inconvenient for me to walk, and I was afraid of falling. However, I recovered after undergoing the surgery.
71-year-old Liu Xiuqing is also a cataract patient who suffers from blurry vision. She finds it difficult to read books.
It is hard to read characters as they seem blurry. I cannot see clearly.
What is cataract? Cataract is a clouding of the lens in the eye, which leads to a decrease in vision. The doctor said that cornea is at the front of the eyeball, followed by pupil. There's a crystal lens after the pupil that deteriorates due to aging.
What is the function of the crystal lens? It focuses the light coming from outside and reflects on our macula. This is the crystal lens. From its name, we can know that it is transparent. As we age, our hair grays and the crystal lens will turn cloudy. When the condition affects our vision, we call it cataracts.
The doctor made a comparison to getting white hair when one ages. Cataracts is mainly due to aging.
Cataracts is in fact blurred vision. It is mainly due to aging, but it forms very slowly. Unless one suffers from a trauma or chemical injury, then one could develop cataracts quickly.
The doctor said that about half of the people over the age of 50 will develop cataracts. 70% of people who are 60 or most of those who are 70 and above will have cataracts.
In our daily life, when we feel that our vision has become blurred, then we can consider going through treatment.
When the conditions affect daily living, then surgeries become necessary. Besides undergoing surgery, consuming green vegetables and wearing sunglasses are also ways to protect the eyes.
55-year-old Bei Yima Shang was an indigenous person living in Hualien, Taiwan. One day he missed a step while coming down the stairs and had a bad fall. When his 84-year-old mother and city volunteers found him, they rushed him to the hospital. However, the injuries to his head were so severe that the hospital could not save him. His family then decided to donate his organs to save other people. At his funeral, Tzu Chi volunteers were also there praying for him and comforting his family.
With his family's prayer, Bei Mashan died in peace. His passing came unexpectedly, but his family also respects his decision of living love in the world.
I'm very proud and very wonderful that he was willing to donate his organs to the other people. This is a very nice thing to do.
After the doctor examined his condition, he could donate his heart and 2 kidneys. He has 9 siblings, some of who are doctors and pastors, and they all came to bid farewell.
The first person showing support was his 84-year-old mother. She told him, "Son, if you can live, we'll try to save you. If not, you donate everything. Don't leave anything behind and waste them. Listen to my words." At that moment, my tears rolled down.
Tzu Chi volunteers also attend the mass held after the organ donation to stay with his family.
He is now before the Lord. He is before the Lord, so he will have to take care of us, and we should also pray for him.
Everyone wishes that Bei Mashan would turn into a little angel and return to his warm family, so they could be reunited again.
In our next report, we'll meet a couple in Taiwan who have been through a lot together. Mr. Lin suffered from kidney failure, and his wife has decided to donate her left kidney for him. After undergoing the kidney transplant surgery, both of them have recovered well. Mrs. Lin said that she hopes that they'll continue to live a fulfilling life together, raising their child.
The surgical scar on Mr. Lin's lower abdomen is a mark of love from his wife, because his wife donated her kidney to save him.
Normally, we can use the laparoscopic surgery to complete it. The wound is small, so the patient heals fast and it's less painful. She donated her left kidney to her husband. We normally use the left kidney because it has a longer vein.
3 years ago, Mr. Lin would suffer from flu cramp in his sleep. He had thought it was due to exhaustion from work, but the examination revealed that he was suffering from kidney failure. Mr. Lin kept postponing having a kidney transplant because he did not want his wife to suffer from the kidney transplant.
他一直也很决心、很坚信要捐给我。你们很感动。有，我很感动。
Mrs. Lin holds her husband's hand tightly throughout the interview, just like they have never given up on each other in life, and they will continue holding hands into the future.
好的，可以一起健健康康。 I hope we can stay healthy, look after the kid together, live a good life, and take me out to travel.
In Malaysia, on-stage volunteers are practicing diligently for the sutra adaptation of 12 vows of Medicine Buddha to be performed at Tzu Chi Malacca chapter's year-end blessing ceremony. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.